So since I've already staged all of my material in the hood, the next step, remember, you can either clear your trash out of your hood, or you can leave it in there. There's nothing wrong with that. And now, before I enter the hood, since I'm going to start compounding, I'm going to spray my gloves again. Allow those to dry. And now they're dried, I'm going to go ahead and add air into each syringe. So the syringe that I'm going to use for my diluent, in this case, since I'm going to need 10 mLs of diluent, I'm going to pull back to 10 mLs. And then I'm going to put that one down. The next one that I'll need to withdraw the medication with, this one's a bit hard. I'm going to go ahead and pull back to what I need. So it looks like my order called for 3.5. So I'm going to put 3.5 of air in there. And then I'm going to put it down. First, you start off with your diluent. So same process, bevel up, apply pressure at a 45-degree angle, and then go straight in. Peace sign upside down, and flip your vial to the side. I'm going to start adding air into the vial. Then you'll see the diluent drip down. So my syringe is pretty much filled up with liquid. From this point, I need to basically figure out, is there any air bubbles in my syringe? I actually do have one that's hiding here where the 10 ml marker is. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try to clear that guy out. Perfect. I need 10 ml, so that's where that's at. I'm going to lock it in place, flip my vial to the side, and remember to withdraw air as you're coming out so that the medication doesn't squirt out. And since I'm done with the diluent, I'm going to go ahead and place it off to the side. Whenever you're working with anything, you need to make sure that there's nothing blocking your airflow. So for example, if I were to go ahead and cap this needle here, if I were to cap it at this point, technically it's not getting any clean air because this vial here is blocking the airflow. So that's what I mean by use all of your space that you have in your DCA. So that's why I move this cap over here to cap my needle using the scooping method. Now I'm going to clear my air bubbles. There's some air bubbles there, and then I have a huge area that's filled with air there. Remember, whenever you clear any air bubbles, you need to pull back a bit and then push up. So perfect, I need 10, and that's exactly what I have there. I'm ready to uncap. Bring your vial of powder towards you. If you recall during lecture, there's a bullseye in this rubber stopper. Since you're going to be puncturing it twice, when I puncture this guy, I'm going to puncture it within the bullseye, but I'm going to puncture it about there. And then when I puncture it the next time, I'm going to puncture it basically on the complete opposite side. Okay? So apply pressure, and then go straight in. At this point, I'm not going to flip this vial upside down. Since this is powder, it wouldn't really make sense if you think of gravity, okay? So I'm going to slowly start injecting some of that diluent inside of my powder. And you may notice that it's almost like you're fighting to push that liquid in. Well, that's because you're shoving liquid and air in there. So it makes sense. At some point you'll need to hold it straight up so that we can get all that liquid out of the syringe. When you take your needle out of your vial, you need to make sure that your needle is not in liquid. If it's in liquid and you start to withdraw back, like we typically do, instead of you withdrawing air out, you're going to start withdrawing medication out. That's not good. I'm going to go ahead and put my vial down and withdraw air out as I'm coming out. I'm going to cap that needle. And I'm going to go ahead to put it at my measurement. So at 10. And I'm going to set that off to the side because I won't need that right now. Next, we'll go ahead and mix our powder. Remember, we don't shake our medication. We can swirl it around this way. Sometimes I've seen others simply inject the diluent and basically just let it sit there and then come back and check on it every so often. So you can do either or. Remember to always read the instructions of each medication, and it will tell you on there if you can shake it or swirl it, or if you actually have to just leave it on the workbench and let it dilute on its own. Some medications are so delicate that doing this simple maneuver here, you break down protein inside of the medication. That's not good. The medication's not then going to work effectively when given to the patient. So again, it's very important for you to become familiarized with all of the medications out there.